So one of my newer followers, and I won't say friends because it's difficult for me to know a lot of times who genuinely cares about me and who's just, curious. But it's fine, doesn't matter. This is one of my original smoothies, made with vanilla Greek frozen yogurt instead of regular yogurt, just as a little treat. And then the usual various assortment of frozen fruits, 2 frozen bananas, and skim milk and orange juice. So he wants to know, this person, assuming it's a he, there's a picture of a man, although I have another friend out here whose avatar is a picture of this hot woman. And I assumed it was a woman talking to me, and I found out it not only was a guy, but it's a guy, I think, who thinks I'm sexy, So that was kind of cute. I just assumed it was a woman. I guess if your avatar is of a hot, sexy woman, that's who I'm going to think I'm conversing with. That's not, it's not surprising. So, guy wants to know, I'm assuming it's a guy, because I hinted at being detained. I don't consider it section. I consider my mom, when she spends 3 weeks to a month, although the poor woman back when I was 12, actually, but that was when she was first sick, and she spent 5 months in a very, very, very bad mental hospital in Massachusetts. And I say very, very, very bad because, as you may, she doesn't want to remember, she's blocked it all out, but as you may or may not be aware of, mental hospitals aren't the best, but they've improved upon the ones you may have seen in movies, and that's the kind my mom had to spend 5 months in. The big, and I visited her there when I was just a little, I was 12. The big, giant institution, like, it just, they were really bad back then. Remember, that was 30 years ago. Almost 30 years ago. And she will not talk about the things that happened to her in there. I don't blame her. She doesn't remember, fortunately. I don't think she does. She's blocked it out on purpose. Anyway, as I stated, I have no reason to lie to you. I tell you the truth about everything. I have never been sectioned for any length of time. If you want to consider one night being detained involuntary, do you want to consider one night me being sectioned? I don't consider that being sectioned. I consider what my poor mother's been gone through too many times, in the past 34 years. I consider that sectioned. Sectioned means placed into a mental hospital against your will, involuntary. It's like my mom's poem. This is the story of the mentally ill stuck away in hospitals against their will. Not rocket science. So, I can't just say why I was sectioned for one night, twice in my life only. I was also put in jail for one night, not arrested, just because I was drunk, Placed in jail for my own safety for one night. And the this all happened when I was in my 20s. It's a long time ago. Okay? And it all understandably involved with me being, quote-unquote, upset about something. Okay? In other words, I wasn't sectioned or whatever because I was attempting to, you know, to hurt someone else or whatnot. I wasn't even directly attempting to hurt myself. But I definitely wasn't like a fight I got into that I was sectioned. No, it was me being upset and screaming and whatnot. And, you know, professionals fearing, you know, thinking I should be detained for one night. So, but the fact that they didn't, you know, detain me for longer, not even that 3-day thing should tell you something, right? Not even the 3-day thing. So I've taken this video just to give you a little heads up. And I'll end it with this. And then I'll go on to say, tell, even though, you know, that one person wants to know, I'm sure other people would want to know as well. But you can't understand about me, you know, or this or that about me unless you understand everything, because I'm really not an easily understood person. I don't even understand me. I just know what is, you know, can't deny it. So let's discuss something else I said in my one of my other videos. And that's the truth, and I mean it totally. And I'm going to elaborate where I said, you want to be my fuck? I mean, this is on the, you know, providing that I'm actually attracted to you, okay? You want to be my friend, my lover, my fuck buddy, blah, 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 whatever, you know, my FWB, friend with benefits, you know, whatever, all fine and good if I'm attracted to you. Obviously, I'm friends with someone I'm not attracted to, you know, but it's very difficult, especially if you're an attractive woman, to be, quote-unquote, friends with a guy. I've repeatedly experienced that, you know, it's just, so have my other friends, you know, it's impossible, practically, to be friends with a guy. Even guys have admitted in magazines and whatnot, when it comes to their female friends, they want to fuck them. I read it in Glamour or Cosmo or something, they want to fuck them. No matter what, even sometimes, even if they're not that attracted to them, they still want to fuck them. So, it's not impossible, but it's not easy for guys and women to be friends. But anyway, FWB, fuck buddy, lover, whatever. Just don't fall in love with me. And if you think you're in danger of falling in love with me, then it would behoove you, as they talked about, and as the word they used on the episode of 2.5 Men, Season 5, Disc 2, that I watched last night all by my lonesome, because my mom was not here to watch it with me, and she likes it too. It would behoove you to pretty much stay away from me. Sorry, if you're going to fall in love with me. And I admittedly, you know, I can't fall in love or whatever, you know, for various assortment of very valid reasons. But stay away from me, so I don't have to hurt you. And this is where I'm going to segue into asshole, aka my longtime abuser. Back before he was my longtime abuser, back when he'd known me online, and then he met me for 3 weeks in person in LA. He sent me a tape, The Analysis of P. And one of the things he said is, you've experienced so much trauma in your life that you're just not going to fall in love, because the idea of another trauma in your life is just unacceptable or abhorrent to you, whatever he said in the tape, okay? I don't have to know it verbatim for you to get the gist. And then he said, you know, it's probably part of your intrinsic goodness that you won't let things get, you know, you don't want to hurt anybody, so you know, I'm upfront. I'm not leading any guy on to get whatever I want from him, okay? I am totally upfront. Like I said, fuck buddy, FWB, whatever, you know, if I'm attracted to you and whatnot, and but don't fall in love with me. And Donald went on to say that he also pointed on his tape, because remember, he's a very brilliant, wise man, even though he's a fucking sociopath. Sorry, I call him as I see him, as I experienced him. That I can't help it. It's not my fault. He said, you can't help it if a guy falls in love with you. He could have said a person, because a woman could fall in love with you as well. You know, it's lesbian, but bisexual. But in any case, he said, you can't help it if a guy falls in love with you. It's not your fault. But it's part of your intrinsic goodness that you will not encourage it. Okay? Just as it's part of my quote-unquote intrinsic goodness that I'm not going to cheat on anybody I'm with, and I'm not going to be involved ever with any guy who's become involved with, knowledgeably anyway, with any guy who's married or otherwise taken. Okay? Now, I can't impose my morality on others. And what that means is, I'm not going to not be some person can hide things from you, and I'm not going to not be someone's friend or stop my friendship because I find out that that person, male or female, whatever, is doing what I wouldn't do, i.e., you know, screwing around with somebody married or whatnot, you know. I'm not going to impose my morality on others. As long as you don't hurt me, I can still be your friend. Now, not if, I don't think that would apply if I find out you're like stealing like stuff and whatever. I don't know. It's a gray area if it's someone you've been friends with, you know. Hopefully it will never come to that, but cheating and whatnot, if I'm friends with someone and they tell me they're cheating on their mate, or they're getting involved in somebody else, somebody who is cheating on, you know, I don't like it, but we can't impose our morality on someone else, okay?